So yeah, we've got a lot. I'm going to digress now and just say we've got a lot of mega stuff coming up this month on the channel because I really need to talk about my homie and tell you a little bit of a story. So first, I'm gonna show off. We got some pre rolls from Greenleaf. So we got some cheese. We got some cheese. And we're gonna smoke one of these as I tell you about this. I'm gonna pre warn you. I hope that some of the things in this story, I hope that people don't think less of me because they're things in the past and they're things that I regret and things that I learned from in this story. But I did something pretty bad in this story, so I want to preface that. And the story gets a little bit scary. So, ooh, baby. So the year is 1997, and I'm just got engaged to my girlfriend at the time. Again, the only girl I've ever been engaged to, and I'm not gonna say the only girl I've ever been with that I could imagine myself having spent the rest of my life with. Um, but I don't know really if there's been one since. So yeah, the year is 1997. I proposed to my girlfriend on Valentine's Day, and I go to a party, and the dude that I'm about to tell you about in this story, keep in mind that he is not only best friends with my fiance's sister, but really their whole family. He's friends with the whole family. Um, Again, preface. So we're at this party, drinking up. Thank you, man. Still got till April, but thank you. Um, so yeah, we're drinking, partying, having a good time, and my hormones aren't completely checked at this time. And, just 100, 100. I get drunk. I'm not going to make any excuses because, I could make a few excuses, but I'm not going to because at the end of the day, I'm responsible for my actions. I fucked up a great thing, and I deserve all of the shit sandwich that I would end up having to eat after this whole story. So, anyway, I end up sleeping with this girl at the party, cheating on my fiance. Uh, a couple weeks later, I think it was a couple weeks, it was sometime later at this same apartment. Uh, we're partying. I'm getting drunk again. I'm shit faced drunk. I think I had already drank like 340s and took some shots. And, I'm shit faced. And there's an HIV scare because this girl slept with another guy who supposedly tested positive for HIV. Then it turned out that it was all bullshit. We'd find out later. Thankfully, thank my fucking lucky stars. It turned out to be all bullshit. But I start freaking out. I'm freaking out, and I'm just in instant panic mode. Like, what the fuck do I do? What the fuck do I do? And the next thing I know, I remember waking up in Chris's bed. Um, And don't worry, I'm going to fill in the gaps because, but understand that the gaps are coming from third party sources because I literally blacked out. But, I trust all of 100% trust all of those accounts, It's gospel as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, so I blacked out and I started freaking out and was throwing up all over the floor. And yeah, dun dun dun. And blacked out, panicking, freaking out. And Chris, my friend Chris Carter, was there to hold me in his arms, carry me over into the bed in his room, and just kind of held me there on his bed. Holding over me until I came to. And I remember waking up and even sober, I would have freaked the fuck out. But, uh, I came to and I was confused. I do remember that of waking up thinking that I was still in her room, even though I was laying on the bed literally in Chris's room with him sitting there holding me on the bed. Um, again, um, I need to relight my shit, but I am fully responsible for every action that I took, and the fact that I lost her, or not the girl that I cheated, but my fiance, the fact that I lost her because of my actions, there are no other excuses other than my own actions. I did all of that shit. I made that shit sandwich and I ate it. What we talked about, you know, walking around the medicine wheel, cycle after cycle, that karma is a real fucking thing. You take a shit on the sidewalk, you're walking around in circles, so you're gonna have to come back and clean that shit after it's been sitting there stanking out. you know um, but at any rate, we're not, my mistakes are my mistakes, and that's not why I'm telling you this story. um, the reason I'm telling you this story is because Chris Carter was one of the most real men. He was, if it comes back, the biggest man that I'd ever met. He was what a real man looks like. He held no judgment to me for the shit sandwich that I was sitting in there eating. And sat there and comforted me and held me over. The first time that I met this dude, you know, invited me in and accepted me for the person that I am and didn't expect anything else from me. And he passed away a couple days ago. And, I had only talked to him recently, really a handful of times, but, he was just always a true friend and a person that I deeply admired and looked up to. All of those gay men that were ready to get married, as we were talking about earlier, and them legalizing gay marriage, whose fathers refused to be there, and shit like that. Chris was ready to step up and be their dad. I'm sorry, break down on a live stream like this. I really am, but I just want to say this, and I want to say it publicly. You were a real man, and the world is a much fucking better place for you. And I thank you. And we're gonna fucking miss you, brother. Thank you. I want to talk about what a real man is, because he was the real example of what a real man is. And it's an important lesson that us men need to hear. Us men need to hear, because what we're taught a man is fucking wrong. What we're taught a man is all of that man up bullshit. As a matter of fact, that's another idea that I've got for the Stony Shaman's Corner that I'm probably going to go ahead and do, called Sticks and Stones May Break Some Bones, but sometimes words can really fucking hurt, right? That we're taught from such an early age, generation after generation after generation, to man up and bottle up those feelings and, fit yourself to this pre-made mold of what a man is that has nothing to do with your responsibility and your empathy and the love in your heart, And we need more men like Chris Carter. We just need more men like Chris Carter.